What's up everybody, AnimeX here, and in this video I'll be adding another part to the What If Itachi Never Killed the Clan series. This is because you guys were able to hit the like goal that I set for you guys so easily, so I'm going to raise the like goal to 400 likes. If you want a part 5 to this What If, hit that like goal, it's pretty easy. I'll be recapping the last part like usual, then hopping right into the new material. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, in the last part of the What If, we saw that Team 7 went to the Chunin exams after Sasuke and Naruto at least attempted to fight Rock Lee, although they got bodied similar to the original. We also see that Orochimaru attacks Team 7, and similar to the original, after he and Sasuke fought, Sasuke gets marked by the Heavenly Curse Mark. Shisui then catches wind of this and decides to head into the Forest of Death. When he faces Orochimaru, he is told that Sasuke has been bitten by the curse mark. As someone who loves Sasuke as a brother, this makes him furious, so Shisui brought out his Susanoo and is ready to fight Orochimaru, so that's where we'll hop right into it. Now, like I said, Shisui is fighting Orochimaru with his Susanoo out, and he has just crushed one of Orochimaru's snakes with his bare Susanoo, powerful hand. After Orochimaru sees this Susanoo, he knows that he wants to infect Shisui with his curse mark as well, and if he can, he would like to take over Shisui's body over Sasuke's due to the fact that the Susanoo, that he has a Susanoo, I should say, and the fact that Shisui has an MS ability, and his special ability is Kodo Matsukami, which is a genjutsu that far surpasses anything he's ever seen before. Shisui, on the other hand, is not having any of Orochimaru's body-switching shenanigans, and is basically trying to kill Orochimaru from the start of the fight, continuously crushing him with his Susanoo. After trying to kill Orochimaru from the start, he realized that he can't handle the Susanoo being up close, or basically, Shisui can't handle the strain of the Susanoo, and Orochimaru can't handle fighting the Susanoo for being long. So, Shisui actually decides to deactivate the Susanoo before Orochimaru starts getting bodied by it, right? Now, Orochimaru doesn't know anything about Shisui's skills or abilities, and since he had only done research on Itachi and his younger brother, and the potential of Sasuke as candidates, Shisui is well aware of the advantage he has, with Body Flicker especially, so he decides to basically blitz around the battlefield, make a bunch of Shisui clones, or at least what Orochimaru thinks are clones, and when he tries to hit one, he just goes right through it. Then he turns around and that same clone cuts off his arm immediately. Then Shisui rushes past Orochimaru yet again and takes off another arm. Shisui recognizes that Orochimaru is confused, so he decides to throw him a quick bone. They call me Shisui of the Body Flicker. Why don't I show you why? After he says that, he rushes past Orochimaru and then appears back at his starting position. At first, nothing seems to happen, but then Shisui sheathes his sword, and once this happens, Orochimaru falls apart completely at the seams. The only thing that he really is intact is his torso and head, since Shisui wants to keep that, so Orochimaru can survive until he can take him back to see what they need to do with him. When he's about to go for the kill, actually, 4 snakes come out of different directions, and Shisui has to jump into the air. While he's in the air, he's about to perform an Uchiha-style shuriken jutsu, but before he can, realize that Orochimaru was eaten by the snakes, but then all of them disappear underground. Shisui then curses himself for failing this mission, but he knows that he needs to monitor Team 7 for Itachi to make sure that Orochimaru doesn't make any more attempts to harm the team. And while Shisui is jumping off into a distance, a huge snake comes from the ground and is about to swallow Shisui whole, but then, as soon as its jaws clash down, Shisui isn't there anymore and is above them. Orochimaru attacks Shisui while he's in the air, thinking that Shisui can't dodge the attack, but then Orochimaru makes the mistake of making eye contact, and it is over after that. Orochimaru passes out from the genjutsu, and Shisui stabs his body to the ground. Shisui then picks up Orochimaru, starts taking him back to the Hokage office to figure out what to do with Orochimaru. Now, while the Chunin exams are going on, Itachi is on a special mission to go do some research on the Sound Village and report back to the Leaf. When he arrives at the supposed village, he realizes that there isn't so much as a village, but more of a hideout. Itachi investigates further and further and continues to get closer to the hideout. Then, after further investigation, Itachi realizes that he needs to get as much info as he can on this place possible, and he's heading in there knowing that absolute silence is needed in order to infiltrate this place seamlessly. He is then collecting certain things that he notices, like plans for different attacks on places, and then he's walking through and sees a prison full of people that seem to be in an open arena, also almost as if they are about to have a planned fight or something like that, or an all-out brawl. When he sees this, he knows what this place is, and he realizes this is basically a person farmed for Orochimaru to continuously have his immortality. Itachi knows this place needs to be reported, but just when he's about to turn around, he feels a presence, and due to his great instincts, he's able to dodge to his right, and because of this, he was able to narrowly avoid an attack from Kimimaro, who was overseeing this. Now, this Kimimaro is very tired and very sick, so he's nowhere near the full power of his physical capabilities, but nonetheless, Kimimaro, even in this state, is no one to sneeze at. After he dodges the attack, Itachi then attempts to stab Kimimaro with a kunai, but for some reason it breaks when it makes contact with him, although Itachi has no idea why. After that, Itachi jumps back over the arena, and he simultaneously shoots a fireball at Kimimaro and casts Sharingan Genjutsu over the crowd of people underneath him once they look up. When he looks for Kimimaro, he sees that he was able to tank the fireball jutsu with almost no injuries, so Itachi is slowly attempting to figure out his ability. While this is happening, Kimimaro makes a gesture to someone above Itachi, then immediately the Sound 4 all come from above and land next to him. Then, to make matters work, Kimimaro goes and decides to release Jugo from his cage in order to help them. Itachi looks around cautiously and wondering what abilities any of these people can have, so in order to test some of their base stats, he runs at Sakon kind of randomly and then decides to kick and see if he can react. Sakon actually gets hit by this attack, so now Itachi knows he can win the fight. He then turns around to the others, and he just turns in time to see Kidomaru's arrow go flying at him, and he dodges just barely in time, but meaning that it does end up cutting him. He does draw a little blood from the arrow. Tayuya then starts playing her flute, and Itachi can tell that it's auditory genjutsu, so he decides to plug his ears with Saiyan so the genjutsu won't work. While his hands are occupied, Jugo goes berserk, and out of nowhere he comes flying at Itachi. Itachi is just barely able to duck this attack. Although the speed of the attack will be hard to dodge, even with the Sharingan active, he knows that this Jugo guy and the leader with non-vulnerability are in a different league than the rest, so he needs to take down the scrubs before he can get to higher level people. So he points out all the Sound 4 and says that he's going to take them down, and as soon as they see this pointing gesture, it's already too late, and they are passed out in a genjutsu. He turns to Jugo, who seems to be going absolutely insane for some reason, bouncing all over the place. Itachi then focused the reading off the movements and briefly caught off guard by Kimimaro in his stage 2 curse mark form. And then it almost turns into a fatal mistake, but Itachi is able to use a kunai to somewhat deflect Kimimaro's bone blade. Itachi is now becoming aware of the fact that his attacks can't beat these guys for long, and he won't even be able to hold them off besides genjutsu. And now this bone guy is very wary of Itachi's genjutsu, meaning that he won't get the drop on him with it. Then Kimimaro starts coughing up blood, and Itachi sees this as an opening, but instead of attacking, he dips on out of there. As he leaves the hideout though, he notices some plans that are titled Konoha Crush. Itachi picks up these plans, and as he quickly reads through them, he's horrified to see what is on these plans, and knows that the Hokage needs to see these immediately. So he rushes off at full speed to the Leaf Village, but in between jumps, Itachi feels this horrible pain burning in his chest, which makes him fall from the tree and land rather ungracefully. After he lands, though, he puts his hand to his mouth to find out that he's bleeding from there. Itachi decides to ignore this, but now as he's rushing to the leaf, his chest still burns and he's coughing all the while. And that, everybody, is where I'm going to end part 4 to the What If Itachi Never Killed the Clan series. As always, if you enjoyed the video and want another part to it, make sure to hit the like goal of 400 likes, and part 5 comes out immediately. If you are new to the channel and haven't already done so, consider subscribing, hitting the bell so you don't miss out on more What If Naruto content. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always guys, this is AnimeX, signing off.